You don't have to suffer your way to get to where you want to be. You're acting from desperation, not from alignment. And when you operate from that energy, obviously your actions aren't going to feel good. You're going to feel burnt out, you resent your business or the things that you're working towards more and more every single day, just simply because you sacrifice joy for productivity. For as long as we can remember, we know that success is hard to come by. It's either luck or you have to grind yourself for a couple of years for basically a long period of time before you can see success for yourself. Success is basically only for the 1% in this world, right? Not only that, even if success is not luck, you need to at least sacrifice a part of yourself or sacrifice the thing that you love, the things that you enjoy in order for you to get the success or the reality that you've dreamed about. Now this is where society gets mistaken. This is the exact reason why hustle mentality is toxic. The reason behind why you've worked so hard towards reaching your goal, reaching your dream reality, but it's not arriving yet. It seems like you're still so far away from reaching that goal. It seems like you're not progressing forward, even after locking in for a year inside your room, working hours and hours every single day just to get to where you want to be, suffering and taking in all of that unnecessary pain in order for you to achieve your goals. Now, I'm not saying that you don't need to hustle or you don't need to take any actions in order for you to see success or to achieve the goals that you want to achieve. But for a lot of people, they seem to already work so hard towards reaching their desires. But again, it seems like they're so far away from their goal because truth is they're actually stagnant. They hit a mental block. That mental block is caused by you doing the things that you don't want to do every single day, doing the things that drains your energy instead of uplift your energy, instead of putting you into a higher frequency that will bring you easier towards reaching your dream goal. It's simply not your fault to think that you need to basically inflict pain onto yourself to have the thing that you want. But this is the reason why I'm here to tell you that it doesn't have to be that way. You don't have to suffer your way to get to where you want to be. Now let's take a step back and see the things that you're not seeing right now. When you think of hustling, of grinding, you're probably doing that because you have a desire that you want to grab, a desire that you want to have. Meaning that you want to change the state that you are in right now. You don't want to be in this current reality. You want to escape it, and that's why there's desire. Because there's an unwanted reality that you're dealing with, right? Now, obviously, when you focus on the things that you don't want, you ultimately will hustle from the unwanted energy. You may be acting from fear that you won't achieve what you want. You're acting from lack. Maybe you're acting from frustration. You're frustrated with the current reality that you are in right now, and that's why you want to escape, and that's why you have that desire that you want to achieve, right? Now, when you hustle because you want to escape your current reality, obviously this won't work because you're putting all of the attention towards what you don't want instead of towards the things that you want. You think, oh, I hate where I'm at right now, I need to get out. I'm not successful enough, I need to work harder. I don't have any money, I need to grind more. The energy that you're emitting is fear, doubt, lack, frustration, anger at your current situation. And obviously because that's the energy that is evolving around you, then that's ultimately what the universe is going to give you back. The universe is going to give you more things to doubt, more things to fear, more things to lack, more things to be frustrated about, because that's simply the frequency that you're operating from. The universe doesn't operate from the energy of wanting, but simply the energy of being. If you're currently in a state of negative frequency, then the universe is only going to magnify that energy because it thinks that, well, if you're in that energy right now, then that means you want more of that energy, right? The universe is simply going to give you more of the things that it thinks you enjoy because you hang out in that negative energy more than you are in the higher frequency state. Now again, for a lot of people, they hustle because they want to escape their current reality. Meaning, probably you're doing the things that you don't even want to do on a day-to-day basis. You're doing things that feels like it's forced, like it's pushed. You're struggling every single day. You think, I have to do this, otherwise I'm gonna fail. You're acting from desperation, not from alignment. And when you operate from that energy, obviously your actions aren't gonna feel good. You're gonna feel burnt out, you resent your business or the things that you're working towards more and more every single day, just simply because you sacrifice joy for productivity. And ironically, you don't make progress. The thing that people fail to realize is the difference between hustling from a state of joy, from a state of excitement, versus hustling from a state of lack, from a state of fear, doubt, all of those negative energy. For a lot of people, when they are still in that startup phase or just starting on the project that they want to work on, they'll feel this surge of excitement. They are excited to build every single day and create this thing that they want to create. And if you're hustling from that mentality, then you're doing it in an act of alignment because you don't force your way through things. You do things that feels right for you. But what happens for a lot of people is once they see a little bit of problem here and there, they're slowly gonna think that that problem is setbacks and is blocking them from reaching towards where they want to go. And it's just a matter of time until you actually resent the thing that you're doing. You don't want to spend another minute on the things that you're doing just simply because you think it's not aligning or it's not going to the path that you want it to go. It's going towards another direction that you don't really like, and that's why burnout happened. You feel like you're just doing things that's not fueling you every single day. Slowly, those sparks started to die down. Now, this is the part where people will tell you, don't give up, because with success, you need to sacrifice everything. You don't want to have fun until you're successful. It will just get in the way of your focus. It's not good for you to have distraction. You only need to focus on one thing, which is your business or the project that you're working towards. You need to give up what you love to get what you want, even if it's just for a period of time. Now, as long as you believe you have to sacrifice, then ultimately you're gonna have to sacrifice those things that you love. And did you notice one word that I said? As long as you believe you have to sacrifice, you will. So thinking that you have to sacrifice in itself is just a belief. It's not a universal law. It's not like you have to follow what other people has projected onto you. What if you can build your business in joy and alignment instead of pain every single day? That is the ultimate goal that you want to reach. It's not your desires. It's not whatever things that you want to materialize in your life. It is the fact that your calling in this world is to do the things that will bring you fulfillment and alignment instead of pain. Whereas again, in reality, because a lot of people don't realize this, they go through life thinking that they have to feel pain all the time, or thinking that they have to go through a sincere sacrifice. Whereas again, as I've mentioned before, if you think you need to go through that pain first in order for you to see success, then ultimately the universe is going to give you more and more opportunities for you to feel pain. You don't have to go through pain just because you think you have to. Forget what everybody told you. Go back to the drawing board and forget what society has told you. The pain isn't necessary. Sacrifice isn't necessary. That is the old way of doing business or doing the things that you love, working towards the project that you love. Truth is, you can build an alignment with who you want to become. You can build success and at the same time feeling peaceful, relaxed, joyful. You can build while doing the things that you love. Doing the things that you love is not less productive, but it's more aligned towards what you want to achieve, which is who you want to become. Ultimately, the desires that we have, we want to have more success, we want to have more money. It all stems from the emotions that we lack, right? Or the feelings that we currently lack. If we want to get rich and we want to achieve wealth, it simply means that you're probably not feeling as secure as you want to feel, right? You only crave money or you desire money just simply because you want to feel more secure. You want to experience more freedom within your life. You want to feel something. But again, if we're hustling from that low frequency, you're feeling the things that you don't want to feel, obviously it's going to be harder for you to get to where you want to be, which is essentially feeling differently from what you felt right now. So that is why if you're doing the things that you enjoy every single day, you will ultimately be more aligned with the path that you're meant to go. So if you're still in this reality where you're still stuck in the hustle mentality, which is stemming from fear, from lack, from doubt, from frustration, there are two things that you can do to build in alignment with who you want to become, to achieve the things that you want to achieve. But before that, you need to answer this one key question. Who do you want to become? Not just what do you want to achieve, but how do you want to feel day to day? Because again, like I said, if you want to be known more, if you want to have success, if you want to have more wealth, whatever goal it is that you're working towards, it's simply because you're just not feeling the feelings that you want to feel yet. Whether that be peace of mind, whether that be joy, relax, all of those high vibrational frequency. So because that's actually the end goal for you, then you need to build from that state, not towards it. So you need to be peaceful now while building. You need to enjoy the process now. You need to be joyful now, because that's the frequency that attracts success. That's the frequency that will attract whatever it is that you want into your reality now. Now, if what you're doing doesn't feel aligned, you have two choices. Option 1 is to change your action. You want to change your action when you're doing something you hate. It's draining you. You're forcing it. It doesn't align with who you want to become. You dread it every single day. And then finally, you change your action if you think it's hard for you to change your perception towards that certain action. Meaning it's hard for you to label that action as something good, something that will bring you joy, or something that will contribute to who you want to become. Take my own example. Last year, 2025, was probably a realization year for me. I was also in that same state as you are, believing that hustling my way through pain, having to sacrifice everything, meaning that I get to have what I want to have. But I'm coming from, again, fear that I won't have enough money. I feel like I lack the freedom, and so I built that business. I think of every logical ways for me to grow that business and to make this business as big as I could so that I can achieve my dream reality, which is having enough money so that I don't have to worry about money at all, having the peace of mind, being able to retire my parents so that they don't have to think about money, all those stuff, right? But again, I'm acting from the wrong mindset. Now, within that year, I've built more and more resentment towards the thing that I'm doing at that moment, because even though I know logically that it will bring me to my desired state, my desired reality, I didn't build this business so that I can enjoy doing it every single day, so that I can enjoy creating it every single day. The feeling of burnout is being stuck every single day to the point where it's like the water has flown out of the bottle. I feel like this is not aligning with who I want to become. And yes, I can go to the second option, which I will talk about in a second, which is changing your belief towards the things that you're doing. But because I've built all of the wrong belief towards this business, the belief that I'm not gonna be able to enjoy the process every single day building this business because I was building it from fear, from frustration, and all of those negative energy, it's gonna be even harder for me to change that belief instead of trying to go to another direction, which is building another thing, creating on another project, completely changing my action. So it's basically finding a different way to achieve the same goal. It's like you're starting from like peace of mind when they start a new project. It's like a fresh start towards a new chapter. And that's because again, in changing your action, you're letting go of all of the negative belief that is stuck towards the previous action that you're doing. You get a chance to start again, to create a new belief, to do in an act of alignment rather than force. Another example, you hated cold outreach, you want to get a new client. You've done cold outreach for a while now, and every single day, the more rejection that you get, it's either gonna build a shield and you're not gonna be affected too much towards getting that rejection, or it's gonna make you even resent more and more, right? If you're at that point where you resent it and you think it's not working out for you and you know it's not gonna work out for you, that is the exact moment where you should let go and try to do another action. Maybe try to do content creation instead, build a personal brand. And again, I don't want you to think logically here. A lot of people also, when it comes to building business, they have their own opinions, right? And some people have the opinion that content creation or building a personal brand is gonna take too much time and you need to just focus on the thing that will bring you instant result. But again, it doesn't really matter. Other people's opinion will not really matter because you're the one living this life. You're basically the creator of your own life. You have the power to shift your trajectory in life. So as long as you know that cold outreach is not gonna work for you, but you probably have this instinct that content creation might be for me, then go with that instinct. Follow your own gut. Follow whatever it is that you think will, again, bring you joy, bring you momentum, bring you fulfillment. The goal here is, again, to stay in alignment with the high vibrational frequency. Do the things that feel good while still moving forward. If the action makes you miserable, it's not aligned. Find actions that feel good and move you forward. Disregard what other people think, that doing the hobbies that is not contributing to who you want to become is a waste of time. I also initially believed that, and last year I didn't really put a single focus on my hobbies at all. And you know what happens? I burned out. I was not aligning with who I want to become again because simply I disregard the core of who I am, which is the things that brings me joy and fulfillment in the first place. So both can be true at the same time. You can feel good and move forward at the same time as long as you change your perception towards success. Now, the second option is to change your belief. Now, you can change your belief if the action itself is fine, but your belief about it is negative. For example, you think that recording content is necessary and you're okay with recording a content, but you're terrified in front of the camera, you're terrified of what other people might think about you. Or you think that posting online is important, but you think that no one will care about you. Now, what to do in this instant is change your belief around that action, reframe it. Because that old belief is still changeable, you're gonna reframe it to a new belief. So every time you're trying to record content, instead of thinking that you're embarrassing yourself, you want to try to believe that there are people out there waiting to hear from you. Your words will transform someone. You're worth listening to. So you're not really necessarily changing the action, but you're again changing the perception towards that action. You're changing the belief. The truth is, all belief can be changed, right? As long as you have the conviction that you can change your belief. You choose whatever feels lighter for you. You choose whatever feels easier for you. If you think that changing the action will be easier, then change the action. If you think that changing the belief is easier, then change the belief. So that's why there are two options to this. You have the freedom to choose how you create your dream reality. So when you're shifting your belief, you're basically creating a belief based on the future you, the version of you that is successful, the version of you that has a lot of money, the version of you that has a big community. They believe their content matters. That person will believe their business will transform other people. That person will know the importance of their business and their words. So you step into that belief and that conviction. Changing the belief is not as simple as it sounds, right? You're basically fighting through years of belief that you've built up within your life. And that is why the importance of doing the things that you enjoy, that doesn't feel like forced, will come in handy. Because the more that you do the things that you love, the more that you're gonna build up that higher frequency on a day-to-day basis. Same as the more that you hustle every single day, the more that you suffer and went through pain, the more that that's gonna be your reality. So if changing the action and belief is still too hard for you, then the least you can do is follow your gut, follow the instinct that you have, whatever makes you happy at the moment, whatever fuels your creativity, your energy, your fulfillment, then that's gonna be literally the roadmap to get to where you wanna be, to become that higher version of yourself. What you focus on will expand. If you focus on lack, you'll get more lack. If you focus on what's wrong, you'll get more problems. But if you focus on what brings you joy, you'll get more things that will bring you more joy. Same applies, you focus on the things that is working, you'll get more things that will work for you. A lot of people in this hustle mentality, again, the main reason why they're in this hustle mentality in the first place is because they are focusing on the things that they lack. They don't have enough clients, they don't have enough money, they don't have enough confidence, they're not successful yet. They're wondering why all of this doesn't work. Now, if you want to get out of that hustle mentality and manifest your dream reality faster, simply just shift your focus and attention towards the things that you want to achieve, towards whatever you want. If you want more people to respect you, for example, then focus on the instances in your life where you feel people respecting you. You're not focusing on the instances where you think people don't respect you, but you're focusing on the feeling of being respected. So sure, looking at the things that you lack will give you an idea of what you need to work towards, but you also need to remember to focus on your wins. See it through the lens of the higher version of yourself, the successful you, the confident you, the you that's abundant. Even just the tiny wins can shift your perspective towards whatever it is that you're working towards. If you want to have more clients but you don't have any client at the moment, then focus on a positive message that you receive from a lead. That's a sign of win. That's a sign of you working towards what you want, which is having more clients. If someone responded to you positively, then that could be a potential that you will get a new client, right? Focus on that energy. Focus on the winning energy. Success or whatever it is that you want is not a destination, it is a state of being. You're who you want to become now in small ways. Focus on those small wins. So a daily practice for you is to write down your wins every single day, even the tiny ones. Someone engaged with your content, you feel aligned while working, you found a new hobby, you are interested in a new thing, you took inspiring action. That is all wins. This will shift your focus from seeing lack to seeing the wins, seeing that you're capable of doing all of this stuff. You're capable of basically anything that you put your mind into. You're basically training your brain to see evidence of success. You're operating from abundance, not lack. You're in a higher frequency state, and that's what attracts more success or more of whatever that you want. If you want to get more money, focus on abundance that already exists within your life. If you want more success, focus on wins that you're already experiencing. If you want more confidence, focus on the moments that you already felt confident. You're highlighting what's already working, and you're giving a sign to the universe that this is already your reality. I feel good in it now, and I don't need anything else. That's when the universe is going to give you more. The universe is going to be like, oh, you think that you have a lot of clients? Well, I'm just going to give you more clients so that you can magnify that feeling within yourself. That's basically how the universe works. So again, if you have to take anything from this video, it will be that firstly, you don't have to hustle from fear, you don't have to sacrifice everything, you don't have to be miserable to be productive. In fact, you can build from joy, you can build from peace, you can build from the frequency of who you're becoming. Change your action if they're misaligned. Change your belief if the action is fine, but your mindset isn't. Focus on the wins, not the gaps, and see evidence of success that is already here. Being in this journey of improving yourself and becoming better and better every single day can be a lonely path. And I've been there before. Last year, I was in this journey on my own. I have nobody to talk to about my business. It can be hard for you to find people who are like-minded around your area, right? And that's why I am planning on creating a community for all of us like-minded people who's young, ambitious, wants to be the best version of themselves, and we can hype each other up, right? So if you're interested in being around this like-minded community, click in the link below where you can join my email list. We'll slowly start to build this like-minded community, and when the timing is right, I will bring this community into real life. We can share our thoughts, we can support each other, we can help each other, and most importantly, hype each other up, not only online, but also in real life. So if you're interested, again, the link is below to join. Thank you so much for being here. Remember that your mind is more powerful than anything else in this world. You can create any reality that you want in this life. I'll see you in my next one.